Answer has always been yes. That's just because I really like long hair. Y'all, those were coming out left and right. A side part, which I know is such a millennial thing. To get over that like horribleness. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are back with another hair extension video. It's been a minute since I filmed one of these for you guys, and I recently switched from Keratin hair extension to Beaded Weft, and I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on both of them. Like, which one do I prefer? Which one do I recommend to you guys? In this video, I'm gonna give you guys my pros and cons for each extension type, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right on into this video. Hey guys, so I originally started my channel with Keratin hair extensions. It's actually one of my biggest videos that I have on here. I show you how I put them in, how I take them out, how I take care of them. All of the above, I've made a video on it. Recently, Beaded Weft hair extensions are kind of the thing. Well, at least I would say 6 months ago they were. I'm not hearing too much about them anymore. I don't know which hair extension is kind of the it thing right now. I've had Keratin hair extensions about 6 times, and I've had Beaded Weft 2 times. This is my second time having them in. They're about to come out soon to get my hair done. And then they're gonna go back in, and I'm gonna let you guys know why I'm gonna put the Beaded Weft ones back in and not the Keratin. If you are new to extensions and you don't even know the difference between Keratin and the Beaded Weft, I'm gonna show you right now. The Keratin hair extensions, I always get mine from the hair shop, and let's take one out of here. This right here is a Keratin hair extension. You can see it's just like a small piece of hair that has this Keratin tip on the end. So let me see if I can get that to focus. Looks like this. It's kind of like glue. Think of it, if you don't know what Keratin is, just think of it as glue. You heat it up, you roll it into your hair, and it stays. And they're just these individual pieces like this. I usually have around 80 of those in my hair and all over the place. I have a whole video on it. I'll put it up here so you guys can click on that if you're just wondering how you put these kinds of extensions in, or if you just want more information. This is a Beaded Weft hair extension. If you see right here, it's just this long weft with these eye tips on it. Now this is not the typical Beaded Weft that you would get in a salon. I do all my hair extensions at home. My sister puts them in for me. This is called a one-step weft from the hair shop. It's the exact same concept though as a Beaded Weft. It's just easier than having to actually sew anything into your hair. So this is what this looks like. And it's really just like a weft, think like a clip-in weft. That's how much hair is on here. And this is just held on by a few eye tips, and it goes straight across, and you just put it in different sections of your hair. There are different sizes. This is one that I would put on the back of my head versus I have ones that you would put on the side of your head. Now that we've done a quick rundown of each hair extension type, I'm gonna go over my pros and cons of each. The first pro for Keratin hair extensions is that they are more hairstyle friendly. They are individually bonded, so you can put them anywhere on your head. Like if you like to do half up, half down, you can easily do that with Keratin hair extensions. You just put them lower. If you wanna like do certain hairstyles, you just plan for it before you put them in. Since they're individual, it's easy to move them around. Versus the one-step wefts, there's certain lengths, so they have to go on certain parts of your head. Now you can shift them, keep them low if you wanna do half up, half down. It's just a little bit more difficult than if they're just individually bonded around your head. However, since they are individually bonded, you have a lot more bonds on your head. So I use around 80 individually bonded Keratin hair extensions versus the Beaded Weft has around like 4 to 6 on each weft, meaning I have around maybe 30 bonds on my entire head, so there's less like pulling on my hair. And when you go to bed at night, you feel weft. So when you have 80 of them in your hair, especially the first night that you put them in, oh my goodness, your head is sore. You're trying to lay in any sort of way that like you're not laying on the bonds, and that's really hard when you have 80 of them in your hair. It's just a little bit more comfortable to sleep and kind of do your daily activities. Also, when you put your hair up in a ponytail, if you put the Beaded Weft hair extensions in correctly, you can put your hair up in a ponytail, no problem. It's a little bit harder with Keratin because you really have to plan, like, you know, they're in a straight line when they're on a weft. When you're just putting them individually, you need to make sure that you're going across in like a really straight line, and they're just in strategically that, you know, you can pull your hair up. It's a little more thought. It's not impossible, but you have to put a little more thought into it. Personally, I find the Keratin hair extensions easier to maintain, which sounds crazy because you have a lot more bonds and a lot more things can go wrong when there's more bonds in your hair. However, they're great for a first-time hair extension person because you don't have to baby them as much. I found that at least the one-step weft that I'm using slips on your hair a little bit more. And think about it. One Keratin bond falls out, it really makes no difference to the rest of your hair. If 1 or 2 bonds start slipping, an entire weft starts falling down on your head. It's just a lot more of a hassle. Also, I find that the Keratin bonds are a lot stronger than the eye tips, so like I can kind of really just pull on my hair. Like I did not take as good care of them when I was in college as I did like the last couple times that I used Keratin hair extensions. In college I was just like ripping through them and stuff. they stayed in, like they're really in there, versus you pull too hard and these ones will just slip down. I don't know, it depends what kind of person you are. If you are not someone who's gentle on your hair, I don't recommend the Beaded Weft because you'll probably just yank them out of your hair, versus Keratin hair since they're a little bit more sturdy. However, you can get them tangled, so that's a con. Although you can be a little rougher with them, you still have to be very careful because as soon as they start twisting and turning, you're gonna regret your life. Like, it is a pain in the butt. And I have a video here, I'll put up here if that does happen to you, because I've been there, done that. I have a video telling you what to do if that happens. For my own personal experience though, I've had the Keratin 6 times. I've had these 2 times and I'm finding these to be a lot more of like, you have to baby them a little bit more than those. So keep that in mind if you are gonna do the Beaded Weft hair extensions. A pro for the Beaded Weft is that they are so easy to apply. You guys, you can apply these in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. The Keratin ones, when I first did them, I think took us an hour and a half. We can probably get them in and around an hour now, but very, very tedious work. Your fingers get a little bit burnt when you're like heating up the glue and you're going like this. Like, it's a process, and like I said, you have to think a little bit more than when you put the like wefted ones in, because there's only like 6 wefts, I believe. There's 80 of the Keratin extensions, so it takes a lot longer to get those in my hair. And on the flip side of that, they are also so much easier to take out. Taking out Keratin hair extensions, once again, video up here. Y'all, that is like an hour and a half process. You're gonna have blisters, your hands are gonna hurt, you're constantly going like this, putting more of the remover on, if doing it correctly. If you don't, you're gonna rip out your hair, so you want to do it correctly. But takes forever. My sister who said to me once, she goes, I would put these in all day. You could not pay me enough money to take them out. They are such a pain in the butt. Now, I love hair extensions, so to me, it's worth it. But genuinely, you have to take like a break from hair extensions for a moment just to get over how painful it was to take them out. Like, I have to remember the good times, be like, oh, look at photos, be like, oh, my hair's so pretty. But as soon as I remember how annoying it was to take out, I was like, oh, do I really want to put 80 of those in my head? The answer has always been yes, but you know. But that's just because I really like long hair. One thing that you really have to pay attention to when you have Keratin hair extensions are the products that you put in your hair. Because anything with oil is going to make the bonds like disintegrate and the hair is just gonna fall right out. I used Moroccan oil shampoo. I don't know why the word oil was not like sticking in my head. Because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so hydrating and amazing for the extensions. Y'all, those were coming out left and right. Like in class, I would all of a sudden see like a long one. I'd be like, ooh, stuff into my bag. But like people in my college didn't see that my hair was like falling out of my head. Really have to be careful because you want to add moisture back in, but you don't want to take them out. So you really can only put like product from here down. You don't have to worry about this as much with the Beaded Weft. Now I'm not gonna put oil on the top of my hair because it is going to make the eye tips like a little bit slippery, but you don't have to worry about disintegrating a bond. The Beaded Weft also feels a lot lighter on your hair. I think it has to do with just like spreading out the weight amongst the like the 6 different, you know, pieces versus having a lot of hair on each little Keratin extension. It's kind of pulling on all different parts of your head versus this is just spreading it out very nicely. However, I will say a really big pro for Keratin hair extensions is that you can put them anywhere. If you have like, say you do a side part, which I know is such a millennial thing, but say you do a side part and you notice that like there's barely any hair on this side compared to this side, you can put more of the Keratin hair extensions on this side and fill in the little spot. If you have a spot in your hair that seems to be a little thinner than others, you can kind of like fill it in, just piecework it. You can also put them closer up on your head, like little ones here and there. Like you don't need a whole weft holding onto right here. You can just put like 1, 2 just to make it a little thicker in the front and kind of blend your front pieces to your back. That's very important if you have short hair to begin with. I have pretty long hair, like I'd say my natural hair is right here. So it's easy to blend hair extensions with my hair. But if you have very short hair and you want really long extensions, there is a benefit to just being able to piece them in certain spots of your hair to kind of make it all blend together and not be like, here's my hair, here's my extension. Now I hope you guys found this video to be helpful with your decision whether you're gonna get Keratin or the Beaded Weft. The reason why I'm sticking with the Beaded Weft is that I feel like it causes the least amount of damage to your hair. Keratin hair extensions, they're not that damaging if you take care of them right and you take them out correctly, but honestly, I get so impatient when it comes to taking them out. I'm just like trying to rip them out of my head. Like I do my best, but I am so blonde. I get my hair done every, how many weeks? I get it done every 6 to 8 weeks. and that means I would have to take out my extensions every 6 to 8 weeks to get my hair done. This is just an easier method. Literally just pinch the eye tips and the extensions fall out, and then you just can put them right back in. I have like replacement ones where you just sew on the little beads, which I'm going to do a whole video on for you guys. But for me, that's just more practical for my life, and I'm also trying to keep my hair as healthy as possible and let it grow. I'm never not gonna have hair extensions though, because although my hair can grow long, it's just not naturally thick. And I want this thick, beautiful, like bright blonde hair. And you know what? May have not been given it naturally, but I can buy it for sure. Let me know what other hair extension videos you guys want to see in the future. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram, it's at caseyelizabethyt_YT, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.